Hello and welcome to the Daily Millwall for Wednesday the 5th of May 2021. Today's Millwall news: Bart unloading both barrels of Bristol City, and it's got into their press as well. So this is from news@den.co.uk. Let's have a little read of this. This is Millwall stopper makes damning comment about Bristol City as he praises Lions mentality. Bart praised Millwall's mentality and professionalism after their joint biggest win of the season last Saturday. The Lions defeated Bristol City 4-1. They beat Sheffield Wednesday by the same score last February, and Biakowski felt the host's approach was in contrast to that of their visitors. Millwall completed more passes than in any of their other league games this season, while Jed Wallace scored 11 goals in the campaign for the first time in his Lions career. Scott Malone matched his career best of 6 goals in a season, and Billy Mitchell scored his first goal in senior football. While the Lions have had little tangible to play for since their 3-0 defeat at home to Swansea last month, they have since held promotion chasing Brentford 0-0 away and were unlucky to lose 1-0 against Watford at Vicarage Road as the Hornets sealed their return to the Premier League. Gareth Rowett's side end their season at Coventry this Saturday. We've got nothing to play for, but go to the games with the right mentality, especially at this stage of the season. That tells you how professional we are, Biakowski said. We know what we want to achieve this season and next season as well. It tells you everything about our character. Mentally, we're very strong. You can only achieve something with the right mentality. The last game, Bristol were gone. They looked like they wanted to go on holidays already. They didn't care. I'm sorry. I think they were the worst team we played against this season. They've got decent players and a decent squad. Sometimes it's hard. I'm not saying it's easy for us to play every single game with that mentality, but we feel like we can do it and we're able to beat teams comfortably. That's why the gaffer was happy after the game and why he gave us a couple of days off. And they advertise it. It says, read a long interview with Bart Biakowski in this Thursday's Suffolk News. The goalkeeper talks about not being satisfied with top half finishes, wanting to achieve something great at Millwall, his run of minutes since the opening day of 2019-20, and trying to catch the ball with a broken finger. So Biakowski interviewing this Thursday's Suffolk News. What is that about? Because we're still waiting to see who won the player of the season. So do they know something we don't? Have they already got the scoop? Do they know it's Bart and they've interviewed him already? And it's going to be announced, so they're putting this in Thursday's paper? Who knows? Who knows? But he's going to be there or thereabouts, so... But like I say, so damning words against Bristol City there. And it made their press. This is from bristolpost.co.uk. It says Bristol City branded worst team in the Championship as Millwall star questions Robin's character. Bristol City was soundly beaten 4-1 at the Den last weekend to continue their wretched end to the 21 season. And it says Millwall goalkeeper Bart Biakowski has labelled Bristol City the worst team we've played against, claiming the Robins were going through the motions during Saturday's 4-1 defeat at the Den. City served up one of their worst performances of the campaign. South East London stretched their winless run to 9 games and give Nigel Pearson further problems to address at the end of a week when he had agreed a new 3-year contract. In the wake of the defeat, Pearson claimed that too many City players were playing like they were waiting for the end of the season, and Millwall number 1 Biakowski has presented a similar observation. City are marooned in lower mid-table, enough to play for other than personal pride, but 11th place Millwall were unable to reach the playoffs before Saturday's encounter, and Biakowski believes their performance speaks of a wider sense of character and professionalism, something by extension City fundamentally did not display. Over the course of 90 minutes, Biakowski faced just 4 shots on his goal, with Tommy Conway's 60th strike the only one on target. We've got nothing to play for, but go to the games with the right mentality, especially at this stage of the season. Tells you how professional we are, Biakowski told News at Den. And then they go on to quote what I've just said. Basically, same old thing. And then it ends with City's last league win was against Birmingham City on March the 13th. And they entertained third place Brentford this Saturday, having not won at Ashton Gate since January 26. Ouch. In the current Championship form table over the last 6 games, only Derby County's run of 6 consecutive defeats is worse than City's 2 draws and 4 losses. So there you go. Oh, there's 2 comments. Shall we look at the comments? Whilst no one can disagree with the Millwall player's assessment, it's unusual for a player to come out and openly criticise the performance of fellow professionals in this way. He might regret it. Life has a funny habit of making people heed their words. If he's in the Millwall goal next season against City, Bristol's Nigel Pearson already has a gift wrapped package to motivate his team. Okay. City have lost their shape since Holden won at Millwall 3-0. If City sign a left-sided centre-back like Jake Cooper or Scott McKenna, this will go a long way to give the team shape and character. There's no way you're getting Jake Cooper unless you're ponying up millions of pounds, and I doubt you're going to do that. So there you go, that was the comments. Let's have a look now at this. This is also from news@den.co.uk, and it was briefly mentioned in the previous story, but the game against Bristol City was the best. It was the game that Millwall had the highest number of passes in, which I noted on my Stats Sunday video. I thought it was quite unusual for us to outpass the opposition. We don't really do that. We don't gain possession and dominate with possession. We like to just attack directly and not really do a lot of build-up play. But well, let's read this and find out what I'm talking about. It says Millwall manager on season's best passing statistic en route of Bristol City at the Den. Millwall completed more passes against Bristol City last Saturday than in any of their games this season, but Gary Rowett says that doesn't necessarily herald a change in direction in his team's style of play. But yeah, it probably means that Bristol City were really bad and they didn't really care and they just let us pass it around, and they didn't bother trying to get into it. It said the Lions completed 459 passes with a success percentage rate of 83% as they routed the Romans 4-1, but Millwall were perhaps aided by a poor display by the visitors, which I've just said, whose players looked like their minds were partly on the summer holidays. Rowett's side had become less direct and more patient than under predecessor Neil Harris. Rowett has mostly played a partnership of Jed Wallace and Mason Bennett attack in 2021 in the absence of target men, with the team finding different ways of locating their front players. Mill guaranteed a top half finish in 21 after one of their most stylish performances of the season. Things like that are nice to show a bit of progress, Rowett said. I've read a stat that said we made the most passes out of any team in the Championship that weekend. Teams like Norwich, Brentford are really possession-based sides that have been working over a long period of time to create a philosophy. So for us to do that, I thought was excellent. But again, the fact we made a lot of passes and scored goals doesn't necessarily mean we're suddenly going to change direction. Yeah, because who wants to score 4 goals every week? We've been going down a certain route and a style of play for the last 18 months, bit by bit, and we want to try and maintain that and build on it and improve. Saturday was an example of how we feel we can improve, but of course that doesn't mean that every game we're suddenly going to have a mentality that we're there to score 4 goals regardless of what happens at the other end. We always want a balance, and I was quite pleased with it. You can't make this up, then you? He's moaning that we scored 4 goals. He's like, don't expect 4 goals every week, because it's defence first. We defend and we defend and we defend, and if you're lucky, we'll get 1 goal. What are you going to do with that kind of mentality? That's it. Video's done. Bye bye.